This day in history, 11th of February, Nelson Mandela, leader of the movement to end South African apartheid, is released from prison after 27 years on February 11, 1990. In 1994, Mandela, a lawyer, joined the African Nation Congress, the oldest black political organization in South Africa, where he became a leader of Johannesburg's youth wing of the ANC. And in 1952, he became Deputy National President of the ANC, advocating non-violent resistance to apartheid. Mandela spent the first 18 of his 27 years in jail at the brutal Robben Island prison. He was confined to a small cell without bed or plumbing, and he was forced to do hard labor in a quarry. He could write and receive a letter once every 6 months. That seems like a real torture to me. And once a year, he was allowed to meet with a visitor for 30 minutes only. Wow. Okay, we move on. Mandela resolved he remained resolved and unbroken, and while remaining the symbolic leader of the anti-apartheid movement, he led a movement of civil disobedience at the prison that coerced South African officials into drastically improving the condition on Robben Island. Once a leader is ever a leader. Even while in prison, he was still a leader. So he was later moved to another location where he lived under house arrests. Moving on, Whitney Houston, one of the world's top-selling singer from the mid-1980s to late 1990, was found dead in a bathtub of her suite at Beverly Hilton Hotel in Beverly Hills, California on February 11, 2012. Houston's death was the result of accidental drowning, heart disease, and cocaine, which was found in her system, and this determined to the it was a contributing factor to her death. The 48-year-old pop diva, known for her soaring voice, won a total of 6 Grammy Awards in 22 American Music Awards, and was credited with influencing several generations of singers like Mariah Carey and Jennifer Houston. On the afternoon of February 11, 2012, Houston died at the Beverly Hotel, where he was expected to perform that night at a pre-Grammy Award party hosted by Cliff Davis. So sad. May our soul continue to rest in peace. Now we move on. Did you know that on this day, February 11, 1993, Janet Reno was appointed as the U.S. Attorney General by President Clinton? In case you don't know, now you know. On 11 February 1977, a new banknote with a value of 20 naira was issued, and as at that time, that was the highest denomination. This was introduced by Obasanjo. It was the highest denomination introduced at the time as a result of the growth of the economy, the preference for cash transaction, and the need for convenience. The banknote was the first in Nigeria to bear the portrait of a prominent Nigerian citizen, the late head of state, General Murtala Ramat Mohammed, who was the torchbearer of the Nigerian Revolution in July 1975. February 11th is said to be a National Guitar Day. So if you've always wanted to learn how to play guitar, there is no better time than now and no better day than the National Guitar Day. Somebody get me my guitar. Okay, we move on. Autism Sunday is also observed on the second Sunday in February and taking place on February 11th this year. It's also known as the International Day for Prayer for Autism Spectrum Disorder. So it raises awareness of autism, a neurodevelopmental disorder that affects how people interact socially and with their surroundings. It was first held in 2002 during Autism Awareness Year in the United Kingdom and was initiated by parents Ivan Corey and Charika Corey, founder of Autism Awareness Campaign in the UK. February 11th is also known as Don't Cry Over Spilled Milk Day. Now, if you think a day on the calendar dedicated to not crying over spilled milk sounds silly, so also do I think it's silly. Yet, here it is, right on our calendar. Every February 11th is said to be a Don't Cry Over Spilled Milk Day. Are you wondering what I'm wondering? Are you wondering what this is all about? Okay, let's take a deep dive. Now, nothing about the past is altered by holding on to the past indefinitely. I'll repeat that again. Nothing about the past is altered by holding onto the past, meaning you cannot correct the past by holding onto it so dearly. However, a lot of us actually do precisely that. We keep holding onto the past and it doesn't change anything. We refuse to let go. We don't want to let life continue. But the truth is, we should let life continue. We should move on after messing up some part of our past. Perhaps it wouldn't be so absurd to have the Don't Cry Over Spilled Milk Day on the calendar after all, if the essence is for us to let go of our messy past. Everybody may need a reminder to stop, consider how we will handle that life's tiny setback and challenges, and to ensure that they are not bringing any regret or setback to us. So go back to your drawing board, re-strategize instead of crying over spilled milk, because worrying over the past will change nothing. So everyone, happy Don't Cry Over Spilled Milk Day. So I need you to go back to your drawing board, re strategize instead of crying over spilled milk, and come out stronger. And that is the end of this day in history right here on Flip TV. See you tomorrow. Peace out.